Today we're making carnivore cookies. Sarah and I are keto, but that does not mean that we don't dabble in carnivore. Every once in a while, we like to change things up. We did do carnivore for a week on our other channel, Emily and Sarah, to see if we could jumpstart weight loss and kind of get back to the basics. We wanted to test out more carnivore dessert recipes or sweet recipes because they're kind of uncommon in the space. I saw this and a lot of people said good things about it, and we're gonna try it today. So the basis for this recipe is going to be pork rinds. Sarah and I have come a long way on our pork rind journey. We tried pork rinds a long time ago in a sweet way and we absolutely hated it, but we have revisited the concept a couple of times and we figured out that if you cover the pork rind taste appropriately, you can have a really good result. So the recipe that we are going to be trying today is by ketoandeat.com. We're going to be leaving this linked in the description below. And you're going to be needing pork rinds, eggs, butter, vanilla, salt, collagen powder, don't know why, but sure. And there's sweetener involved, okay? So there are different factions of carnivore. Some people believe that you can have honey on carnivore.
Because it's made by an animal, a bee.
Yeah, we're not gonna be using honey for this obviously because we want the benefits of eating low carb. So we're gonna be using the recommended replacement, liquid allulose. This is one of the first times we're actually using liquid allulose on this channel. And this video is sponsored by Element. As you guys know, Sarah and I have been drinking Element every single day since 2020 because we absolutely love the way it tastes and the way it makes us feel on our ketogenic lifestyle. Element is a delicious electrolyte drink mix that contains 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. And when you are going into ketosis for the first time, you might experience symptoms like headaches, nausea, and muscle cramps, and we call that the keto flu. Element replenishes your electrolytes so that you feel better. So Sarah and I really do like all the flavors of Element and all of their products, but our absolute favorites are the citrus salt and the grapefruit salt. They are so delicious, you have to try them. And one of the things that we absolutely love about Element is their no questions asked money back guarantee. If you are unhappy with their products, just email them and they will make it right. Right now, Element is offering our Keto Twins community a free sample pack so you can try 8 of their flavors. So you can get a citrus salt and get a free sample pack. In order to get this deal, you must go to drinklmnt.com/ketotwins. So we preheated the oven to 350 degrees. And in the original recipe on Keto and Eat, they did say to like grind your own pork rinds, but if you have something like pork panko, then you can just go straight to this step. So we have 5 ounces in a bowl, and this is about less than half of this container. So this gives a nice even consistency, and it's similar to like panko breadcrumbs. So there's 1/3 of a stick of butter that we have to melt. Brand new microwave. Okay, so I've combined 2 eggs, 1/3 of a cup of melted butter. I did that slowly so that I didn't scramble the eggs. Pinch of salt, vanilla. Next up, we're gonna add in our collagen. Why? Boo. After just turning 40, I need as much as I can get. So the recipe calls for 1/2 of a cup of honey or allulose syrup, and I just think that that's too much. I don't know if we're gonna like it. So I think that I'm gonna go with 1/3 of a cup. With us, a lot of the times we are more of savory people. Kind of go with what you want. Maybe you're in the beginning of your journey, and so you need like a bigger punch of sweetness in order to get that flavor, but you might end up going down in the sweetness level that you need as you go further on keto. I remember that allulose in general is 70% as sweet as normal like table sugar. Let's mix all this together. All right, now I'm gonna add in our liquid into our pork rinds and we're gonna mix that all together. That looks like apple pie or something, except it is so not. Okay, I'm already seeing that it's pretty liquidy. And it still smells very much like pork rinds, but so we're gonna let this set up in the refrigerator for about 10 minutes because it did say if it's liquidy that you should do that. Hopefully it'll be more set in 10 minutes. Oh, okay, it did firm up nicely. So it says to scoop a small amount. And we're just gonna scoop.
Okay, a small amount.
This is a small amount.
Kind of an organic look that we're going for, right?
I have clean hands. Maybe I should just press it with my fingers, or how about this?
I can't see in there.
That's great. Oh, look at that. Perfect.
Make an ice cream sandwich out of this.
Carnivore ice cream sandwich.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, now they're getting progressively thicker.
Can you sit? Sit. Show people that you can sit. Sit! Sit!
Charlie. Sit.
Oh.
Doesn't listen to his mama. Kisses. Thank you. We're gonna put these in the oven at 350 for 12 minutes starting because we want to see how it's cooking. Allulose does tend to get brown pretty fast, so I don't really think that it's gonna take longer than that to cook these. It might be one of those things where you just have to keep on checking it. I guess we'll see what happens.
Please be something. Magic dust.
It smells like bacon, first of all.
And peanut butter.
And peanut butter.
Even though there's nothing like that cooking right now. Oh, I don't know how brown. They look pretty brown in the photos, I thought.
Okay, well, 2 more minutes.
Okay.
2 more minutes. The picture did look way browner than these, but they used honey, remember? So it might look a little different. The thing with cookies like this is that they are very soft when they come out of the oven. Sarah and I recently did like the giant protein cookie. It had no almond flour, no coconut flour. And so when it came out of the oven, it was really, really soft. But once it sets up, like held its shape. So I was worried about, you know, it over browning, but it seems to be doing okay. There are some edges that are really brown, which I don't know what that's about. I'm gonna take it out of the oven. We're gonna let them cool down completely before we go downstairs and try these carnivore cookies. So they look like peanut butter cookies.
Yeah, that was my first thought. And they smell like it. Maybe
Hopefully
it's
they
like
taste like it. You know what I mean?
Hallucination.
But you know what? We're gonna go into this with an open mind and an open heart because, like I said earlier, we used to have a pretty bad view of sweet pork rind concoctions, and now we have changed. It's very soft and buttery. It's not as dark on the bottom as I would have expected, which is kind of nice. I think that allulose does tend to burn quickly, so I think that keeping an eye on it is key.
They probably could have rested a little bit more too.
Right.
They're a little touch warm.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. Okay, the allulose is subtle here. It could be a little bit more increased if you wanted to. But
remember, we used 1/3 of a cup instead of 1/2 of a cup.
It's not bad.
I'm not offended by it.
No. I definitely like a chewier texture on this inside.
It kind of does remind me of a peanut butter cookie.
Yeah.
With peanut butter cookies, there's sometimes no almond flour or any kind of keto flour in it. It's just like egg and peanut butter. But it gives you like a really soft, chewy center.
That's kind of like what that gives here, for sure.
I like it.
Kind of addicting. The butter in there.
Yeah.
It's very buttery. When you look at pork rinds, they kind of look chewy or hard.
Right. These are soft.
These are soft.
Maybe some brown sugar swerve would have been nice. Sarah did mention that as it was cooking, thinking like that kind of molasses type of flavor might have been nice in this. I think so too. You know, there are a lot of purist people like that want you not to use any. What am I supposed to do? Take a New York strip and make a cookie out of it? Of course, it's going to be like some kind of rendition of like adding sweetener.
Luxury
and adding
is the sweetener here, I guess, right? Or the vanilla. Wow, Emily's going back in for seconds. They have a very interesting texture.
Yeah, it's very odd. It's odd that I like it as much as I do. I think that a lot of you are going to like it, especially if you're carnivore and you're willing to have sweeteners on carnivore. You're going to like this recipe.
If you like it sweet, add more allulose.
So we've been doing something like Keto Twins rating out of 5 stars. Sarah, if you had to like take it into account that this is a carnivore cookie, what would you rate this recipe?
I would say it's 4 out of 5 stars.
I was gonna say it's 5 out of 5.
Wow.
I think it's good.
You're generous.
I am generous.
No, but you're right. For a carnivore cookie,
I don't know if you could get
4
better
stars
than this. Well, if you guys see any other carnivore recipes that you want us to try, especially the dessert ones, because they're very interesting. And this is a recipe that really did impress us. So if you guys see anything else out there, please let us know. You can tell us in the comment section below. We will look it up. You can't leave links, but we're always looking out for new interesting recipes to try for you guys. And YouTube seems to think that you're going to like this video here. So why don't you click on it and we will see you over there. Anyway, I'm Emily.
I'm Sarah, and we are the Keto Twins signing out.